Good morning. It is Monday morning, and it's June, and it's week 6, so we have made it quite deeply into the course now. And just to give you an idea, I understand how much we've asked of people and how much participation we've had and things like that. Just funny little note I saw as I reacted to this week's discussion. I'm looking quickly. The number of posts in the main 2 discussion boards every week. Week 1 there were 247. Week 2 203. Week 3 179. Week 4 171. Week 5 157. I think we're getting into maybe a little bit of fatigue, which is what it's natural. It happens in so many courses, and how we do it. It's kind of a grind, and I really just want to thank everybody for the attention that you have paid and that you have put in a lot of work, and it's important to keep it up there. We've only got now weeks 6, 7, and 8 to go, and they are very important to the success of the course. I'm going to be very honest with you. Week 5 is a tough one, for me at least, because when I look at the subject matter in week 5, and when I read through the entire discussions and the few times that I did ask questions, it was tough for me, because the topics are important and the topics are real and the topics that we do have strong feelings about, but most of us agree on everything. Basically came down to, yeah, we believe in hiring veterans because there are a lot of good reasons, and there's some things we need to be careful of, but we all believe in hiring veterans. And the other one is, it seems that most people say, hey, let's just keep religion out of the workforce, out of the workplace as much as we can, because it's such a sensitive issue, it's such a personal issue. It's something that could be divisive and troublesome. It's something that could be unifying, but the workplace is just not where it belongs. That would seem to me, at least that's what I walked away with from the discussions, and it was kind of hard to get people cranked up. Although I noticed as we rolled into Sunday, some of the emotions started coming out, especially in the discussion about religious participation and things like that. Sensitive issues, importance. I like to see the fact that everybody was willing to address them, and it's just very tough to go in there and get people, even I couldn't stir up any trouble, so that was, because I shared most everybody's opinions and most everybody's feelings about it. So again, something to keep in mind. And one of the things it did illustrate, though, in the work was we came back and we got a little bit into the technicalities of particularly Title VII and the Civil Rights Act. And that's going to come into this week's work, too, where we look at the legalities and ethics. And ethics is really important, and legalities are really important. And the only caveat, the only caution I'm going to give people going into it, into the week, is I have taught business ethics for many years. And one of the things I constantly remind my business ethics classes is you're going to find situations where, according to what you believe and how you think, sometimes what's ethical, in your opinion, may not be legal. And some things that you might find are legal, you may not find them to be ethical. Now, I know that's a little bit of a dilemma, but just kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you go into reading some of the material and answering some of the questions. The other thing we're going to look at now is public relations and public opinion and managing those. And these, to some people, can be sometimes almost a little cynical. Are we trying to shape opinion to promote our organizational or personal views? And the answer is yes, we are. Or are we trying to put the best face on a problem? Sometimes to hide the problem, sometimes to help solve the problem, sometimes to buy time to get it solved, sometimes it's to get out in front of it and keep it from becoming an issue. But the art and practice of public relations is very important, and because, as we've seen, of the sensitivity of topics that involve discrimination and behavior and decision making and all those for our organizations as well as ourselves, it's an important thing that I think we need to study, and it's I think you're going to find some very interesting things about it. And I do have a couple of other sources that perhaps we can bring in to talk about it. So that's the summary for this week. Last week was kind of, like I said, really interesting, really important, and really flat. I'm just not gonna hide that. At least that was my feeling. And this week, I think you're going to see maybe it's going to get a little bit more controversial again as we look at things. Mechanically, everything is just going as we expected. This is what happens. People, you'll notice, have fallen into patterns. We all do. And I will again take my target of trying to get every paper read and graded and evaluated by midweek. I won't say Wednesday this week because I missed it twice, but I've made Thursday, which is not bad because all our policies and procedures say that the instructor has a week to grade them. I don't believe in that. I think that's not enough. That's not enough time for you to use the feedback when you're trying to do another assignment. So I will continue to try to get everything done by Wednesday. Make sure you're caught up on everything. I've had a lot of communication from a lot of people, and it's great when you have something that's going to interfere or something you need to take care of. Just let me know. We'll take care of what we have to. So again, we are now well past the halfway point. We're 5/8 of the way in. It's only a few weeks left, but it's still important stuff because I think this is something I'm so pleased that we've developed and offered this course because it's something we're all going to face all the time, and it's something we keep needing to work on and to be aware of. Okay, thank you for listening, and I will see you perhaps later this week, but certainly by this time next week. Thank you.